Anderson, council members, staffs, the community, advocates, the executive branch, and to the many folks who have worked tirelessly to put this budget together, and also my staff, to ensure that we push for equity in a budget to this magnitude. I'm excited to get to work and get a step closer to allocating this $19+ billion budget to best serve the many complex needs of the District of Columbia residents. I'm thrilled to see the over $23 million dedicated towards creating career opportunities for district residents into programs including pathways into home care, nursing, IT, and CDL training. I'm proud that we are going to provide many trainings and skills to sets of residents looking for employment. It is important that we not just focus on jobs, but on careers and also entrepreneurship in our thus thriving city. Since being on the council, I've noted several times that we went from what originally was a $14.5 billion budget to a $19 billion+ budget. And I just wanted to ensure that we fight to ensure that everyday residents feel that, because they don't. It is important we not only help residents find jobs, but we ensure that those are good paying jobs with high potential growth in areas that are transitable, and access to upper mobility inside these companies and or government. I also want to highlight the funding expanding for the Mayor's Office of Attorney Citizens Affairs, paralegal training program for attorney citizens. Similarly, providing equity opportunities for youth is critical to growth and our future in the District of Columbia. I appreciate the $1 million to the Marion Youth Leadership Program, the additional $2 million, and 4 FTEs to create 1,000 jobs for students and make the school year internship program permanent, especially the additional $344,000 to create 100 additional school year intern slots for at-risk youth. Investment is critical to ensuring there's inclusion in this budget. With all the new allocations of at-risk concentrates for education, every school in Ward 8 will receive additional funding based on their at-risk student population that will go directly to their responsive schools. It's imperative to hold our school leaders accountable to ensure that's going to the most neediest places and getting to the bottom of our issues to ensure our students are closing the education gap. For example, $251,000 will go to Ballou High School, $162,000 will go to Turner Elementary, $149,000 go to Excel Academy, the city's only all-girls public school, etc. I'm glad to see we're increasing salaries for school-based mental health clinicians by $10,000 to $80,000. Chairman, I can have one more minute? Thank you, appreciate it. I still don't want you to think that's going to be enough to attract and retain enough quality providers to meet unique and high-need students in the district. It's a start, but if we're going to take a school-based mental health seriously, as my councilmember Janice Lewis-George said, we need to seriously have this investment in place to ensure stability. We must ensure that we are making the teaching and district desirable for awarding high-quality educators, especially in our high-need schools. I'm proud to live and represent a place where we remain committed to supporting communities with intersecting needs. In this budget, I noticed that we funded again the Close Relative Caregivers Program. Thank you, Councilmember Nadeau. Funded $100,000 towards the DREAM grants to ensure that small businesses can participate in the economic growth of our city. We want to do even more. I appreciate the request of the Committee on Recreation, Library, and Youth Affairs. We met so many of the needs of some of the demands from the community and still have more to go, including Furby Hope Rec Pool, Chairman. Public safety is a critical issue, especially as we approach the warmer months. I'm glad to see the 1.7 additional money towards CCTV and ShotSpotter integration to keep our community safe, as well as the $475 towards the one's office for a life coach, $70,000 for Leadership Academy. I attended the Pathways graduation last week, and it was phenomenal to see Black boys who have struggled in life and some of the highest risk in the district enter into a space where they're getting ready for placement to the public and private sector and jobs they would never have gotten into outside of our commitment to their success. This is overdue. While I have a long list here, I'll digress for the sake of the time, but I do want to acknowledge the Home Ownership Fund and Strike Force for Black home ownership. Even though we're 8 years late in the process, it is critical to ensure wealth for Black and brown families in the District of Columbia, who has significantly suffered over the years not having equity in home ownership and business ownership in Washington, D.C. So again, thank you, Chairman, to my staff who's worked tirelessly on this, and all the other members and staff and community who made this budget make a step further to reaching the greatest D.C. we can become. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember White.